All right, good people. Everybody okay? How you doing? Yeah. All righty then. All righty. All right. All right. I think we're good to go. All right. How we doing, good folks? Welcome to Montez at Midday. Being brought to you by a title sponsor, the Weed Squad, St. Louis. Hope everyone is doing well on this magnificent Wednesday, what I like to call Way Back Wednesday. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. We're coming to you live through Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We have a page on Facebook, Dre Montez, as well as Who's to Blame. Twitter at W2B Dre Montez, as well as YouTube, Dre Montez. We also have a TikTok page, Dre Montez 63. You can also get a complete listing of all of the sponsors that are part of Montez at Midday, as well as Who's to Blame, the podcast, by visiting www.dremontez.com. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. You know, we got to do high fives, chest bump. Let's hug it out. Oh, there we go. Got Dub Block Entertainment in the building. Dub Block Entertainment in the building. They represent well. Check them out. Good things out there. Always clicking and working with them. Always clicking and working. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary. Congratulations. You got this. Don't you worry about a thing. We got your back. You're not in this thing alone. All your supporters are here for you. It's going to be all right. And most importantly, the trick is you don't deserve it. Keep that in mind. The trick is you don't deserve it. Keep that in mind. When everything else gets to that point, remember that the trick is you don't deserve it. What's going on, Purse? What's going on, my man? Percy in the building, kids. My man P in the building. What's going on with your boss? We got some things to talk about, but it's Way Back Wednesday. I was thinking about the days of yesteryear while I was sitting up here watching Saturday Night Fever, my favorite movie with John Travolta. When John Travolta goes in the club and takes over the entire dance floor the first time, tell me that ain't like, that's some fire shit right there. I mean, that's some boss shit to go in a club. It's packed. You dancing with a female or a dude, you out there getting your shit on. We all been there in the 90s. And your jam come on. I'm talking to one that you don't need nobody help to help you scoop boogie, to move your hips, to shake your ass, to do your thing. When your jam come on. And every time I watch that movie, Saturday Night Fever, with John Travolta, and that scene comes on. He's on that light up dance floor from the days of Have a Nice Day Cafe. Man, I get to moving with him, you know, because don't you remember those times back in the day when we went to the club at 10 o'clock at night? You know, we had to pregame somewhere else way back in the day. But when you got to the spot, you got the right buzz, your crew there, the DJ points you out. What up, boy? What up, girl? And they play your shit. And you're like, oh, I'll be back. I'm going to the flow for a second. But every time I see that movie, and it's ironic that it was shown today on this Way Back Wednesday edition of Montez at Midday, just want to go back to the days of yesteryear when life was simple and fun and pleasurable, turning on the fire hydrant at the end of your block. You thought it was the first swimming pool in the hood, but little did we know it was a bad thing to be doing. Just like your first crush in school when it came to a school teacher. Oh, man. Who was your first crush when it came to a school teacher, male and female out there? Mine happened, I want to say probably 7th grade. It happened in 7th grade. 6th or 7th grade, somewhere up in there. Miss Turley, Clinton Middle School. Oh, man, there was something about that woman. Oh, my goodness. Then the secretary that we had at Pruitt Military, we said school teachers, Dre. Not the office people, but she was fine. Pruitt Military Academy, the secretary that we had over there. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Well, I worked in the office, too. I used to look forward to I would leave class early to show up to another class early. I talked to one of my friends yesterday, and she said I was discussing this topic with her that she had her first teacher crush, fifth grade. Fifth grade. Fifth grade. Fifth grade. I thought girls were icky and they smell bad. But you're looking at grown men at fifth grade? Impressive. Impressive. Way back Wednesday, man. Those were the days. That was like the special entitlement of the happy hours that everybody went to that was real popular. And they got way back. They got 2 for 1 of them. They got the food and shit over there. Well, homeboy down here spending, I think between Charlotte, North Carolina, Hawaii, St. Louis, and Shreveport, Louisiana, I've come across some pretty unique happy hours experiences on a Wednesday. For some reason, it's hump day. It's not just for camels. It's not just for smoking cigarettes. It's also out there for the people that like to put out and drink after work. Happy hour, as they like to call it, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've been to some pretty unique happy hours. Nowadays, you got to get real creative with your happy hour. Back in the day, they fed us. They poured real drinks. They had real, true live giveaways from the establishment as well as the beer or liquor vendor that was sponsoring the event. The DJ was always in a good damn mood. Those were the good old times, man. I think way back Wednesday and Throwback Thursday are the 2 days of the week we always think about the fun times. How things used to be like, oh man, I wish that was going on again. Why that's closed down. Now everything is either a parking lot, a new high rise, a new mall, or a car dealership. All the places are gone, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with moving forward. Nothing wrong with moving forward at all on this way back Wednesday edition of Montez at Midday. Through the luxury of and privilege and honor to have all these different streaming services out there, you get a chance to catch up on shows you hadn't seen in a long time, or the ones you missed, or the ones I just never had time to watch that show. Let me see what's popping off over here. So on HBO Max, they have Martin, television series with Martin Lawrence and all the good people of that show. So I took a path down memory lane and watched the entire first season. It's amazing how that show used to open and the way Seinfeld used to open with a little monologue of them doing stand-up or talking to the audience through just giving that one-on-one perspective. It's interesting how the shows kind of overlap with each other. But anyway, Martin said something very important to me that stuck out in the very first scene. Jenna got mad at him. And Martin said, "You want to break up with me for something that I said on the radio." Hello. 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 You ever find yourself either in a situation you weren't supposed to be there, you weren't supposed to be at that location, you weren't supposed to read that, you weren't supposed to see that, you weren't supposed to hear that. But when you do experience all these things, you think it's meant to be. Like, was I supposed to be here? It's like when you channel surfing, you get caught on something. You're not watching the whole thing, but the little moment that you're there, you pick up some very key advice or something that make you say, damn, really? It just keeps happening. It's been going on now, I want to say probably 18 days in a row. Things have been happening that it's like Sirius listening to me on everything. If I take a walk in the neighborhood, I may come across a flyer on a pole that is relevant to something I had been thinking about, or it's like I'm speaking things into existence that don't even matter, but it's mattering to me for some reason. I don't know where that is coming from. And it's kind of freaking me out the way that it's happening. I mean, even the commercials are getting in on it. Wait a minute now. How is this? It's like the day you break up with somebody, or when you're going through the bullshit, you see something that reminds you of them. You see something that reminds you of why you're in that situation. You see something that reminds you of the happy times and the bad times at the same fucking time. And it's weird how that happens, but it also goes down a path of what we like to call a perspective on things. And I think the more perspective we put on things, we wouldn't be as shocked, amazed, unfulfilled, satisfied, enlightened, if we do things that way instead of other ways we've been trying to do this or figure this out, any way that it may be. But it just had me thinking that for some particular reason, I was just like, wait a minute now, something's not adding up. Why does this keep going on and happening and this doing this and that? So I was just really confused on that for a second, but it seems as though I have gotten it together, so to speak. I guess if you're scoring at home, in that manner. What's up, bro? What's up, my brother Jason on here? What's going on, boss? What's going on? Family's looking good and positive. Always great to see the photos and hear great things going on with the family. Real talk, real talk, real talk. Yes, but it is Way Back Wednesday edition of the show with Montez at midday. Don't forget, you can catch the latest episode of my podcast, Who's to Blame, wherever you listen to your podcast at or get your podcast at. On Spotify, iTunes, Apple, Google, Podbean, SoundCloud as well. Out there all over there for you, as well as the social media platforms of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And also don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Dre Montez 63. We're making videos now, kids. We're trying to keep up with the youngsters out here on Way Back Wednesday. I haven't had a Red Bull in a long time, but I played video games in Way Back Wednesday style yesterday. This NBA 2K22 is a different beast, kids. It is. Once you get your guy, then you got to get all your badges. But you got to complete your guy. You got all these tasks, got all these things to do. You really feel like you're going through the fucking NBA trying to make the team. You put all this work, all these hours into your guide. You got the glitches with the game and bullshit. You got the incident with Charter that I had. Oh my God, it is just like video games are like. I'm up there with what Chad Ochocinco said on this Way Back Wednesday edition. We're talking about video games and having them important in your life. And this is what Chad Ochocinco said. I don't believe this, but it was deep at what he said. He said, gaming is always going to be there for me. Gaming is not going to leave me. He said, your pets leave you, whether running away or from this life. He said, women will leave you in a heartbeat with no warning. But gaming is always going to be there. I don't care what kind of day you're having, whether it's a good day or a bad day, gaming is going to be there. And you can get your issue off, you can celebrate, you can let go some tension, you can do all kind of things if you're a gamer. But yesterday I got my gaming in yesterday. That NBA 2K22, look here. Playing at a rec is like playing at Tandy back in the day, over at Wolves back in the day on this Way Back Wednesday edition. You got to go in there and know what you're doing. You know, this is not just pushing buttons anymore like way back in the day to keep your little baby son of a bitch quiet. What did you do? You gave them the control and just told them to push buttons. Well, you can't do that no more. No. It costs too much money, too much time is going in creativity, and just the hours of gameplay. I played from 2 p.m. yesterday until after the Oregon game, I believe. I played pretty late yesterday because I got my NBA action and my college basketball in as well. But it's Way Back Wednesday, and I had to get the gaming issue off yesterday on that NBA 2K22. If you guys get down, let me know. If you want to squad up, hook up a brother, Dre Montez 63 on the PlayStation 4 network. Now, if your man not completed and done, don't do that to me. I'm only joining people who men are completed and done. That's the only way we're going to do this and complete this mission. So that was the first part of the show, the Way Back Wednesday edition right there. We're going to take a real short break here, have a word from our sponsor real quick, and come back with all that, and we're going to get all into it. I'm going to take a short break, have a word from our sponsor.
Mountain
Man Strength. Great for your hands,
as smooth as a river
elbows, knees, and your feet, as well as that tattoo on your body, whether it's hidden or shown. Bring out that 4K resolution in your tattoo. those working hands, the baby's bottom again. MountainManScrub.com. In the promo, type in Dre Montez, get your scrub on today. Mountain Man Scrub, get your scrub on.
Get your scrub on.
All right, go on and get it. I got that coyote hat on. And we're back, good people. All right there. If you're just tuning in, thank you again on this way back Wednesday edition of the show with Montez at midday. Speaking of Wednesday, next Wednesday, got a treat for you guys. We're going to get out there and see the people, be by the people, of the people. Meaning we're going to get out and do 2 shows next Wednesday. The first one will be at Friendly's in South City at 2 p.m. Weather permitting. We'll be up under the tent on the patio, as far as I know. But come check it out next Wednesday at 2 p.m. That is what I like to call Slut Eve, or Whore Night, or Skanksgiving, whatever you want to put it. People get real naughty like Thanksgiving and their first spring break and Halloween all at the same time. And I love it. Everybody's home. Lots of love in the air. People thinking about eating later on tomorrow and also that night. No pun intended. You know how I get down. And the second show will be at Great Grizzly Bear in Soulard next Wednesday. 2 shows. The first one 2 p.m. at Friendly's on Roger Place at 2 p.m. And the second will be at Great Grizzly Bear at 6 p.m. on the patio, weather permitting. So it should be an action-packed Thanksgiving Eve, and that'll be this next Wednesday, people. Next Wednesday. Well, the second segment, we got to talk about this Monday Night Football game. Okay, I got to do y'all just like I did the Cowboy fans. Anytime the Rams are playing a game, social media is just flooded with Ram players and fans showing you their latest Rams jersey, they Owen, they swag, how unique they're matching couple-wise. They got the baby involved, the damn dog. They got the yard painted, they man cave, they she shed, they license plate. You see all that shit from the Rams. I didn't see anything yesterday, Ram fans. I had this discussion with T-Mac and Jay as we were playing NBA 2K22 in Pro-Am. I said this a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. I said before Von Miller got there, before Odell Beckham Jr., I'm angry all the time for no reason, got there, and before Robert Woods went down, I said Matthew Stafford gonna fuck this up. Look at him. Look at him. I tell you what. The last 2 games the Rams played, if you're a parent, you have a child that plays football, and in between the ages of 8 and 12, play those last 2 games with your child, and just turn the volume down. And if they're a quarterback or a defensive lineman or linebacker, please just watch the game. I guarantee them kids know more than what that quarterback was thinking. Matthew Stafford, to me, does not realize he is quarterbacking for the Los Angeles Rams. I think he's colorblind. I think still think he's in silver and blue. No pun intended, Detroit Lions. But you wrecked his body. You ran him amok. You almost killed that man on live television. And you expect this dude to be normal? You know, Sean McVay is the head coach, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, you're the quarterback. You two are not best friends. Stop fucking hanging out. Stop hanging out with the hell. That's your employer. You tell them what to do. Execute what's coming in. Because right now, they're friends. They're friends. You can't be friends and do that. No. Not in a competitive nature. I've learned through reality TV, through television, through person-to-person talk. There are a few things I'm cautious on. Working for a family in a family business? Going to family for money to start a business? And looking for family to be your main support? No. So they're doing this on a professional football level. What happened Monday night was something that happens on Madden rookie mode and all Madden level. those two were playing each other. I would love to watch game film with Matthew Stafford after he win or lost. So just go over the game. What were you thinking? I'm pausing right here. Now I'm going to do the axis on them. I'm going to flip it all the way around, and we're going to look at this from your angle, Matthew. What did you see? It doesn't make sense to me. And look, I understand football is a fast game. Well, not according to the Chicago Bears quarterback. I think this game's a little bit too slow. Okay, Justin Fields. What'd that get you after that comment? Oh, well, they learn one day. They will learn one day. But the Rams situation. Will the Rams go deep in the playoffs, or was Sean McVay wrong and too quick to pull the chain on Jared Goff? I mean, on Jeff. On Goff, was he too quick to pull the chain on Goff? I think he was, because he really believed in that kid and wanted everything to go, but the analytics of the game is scaring these highly motivated coaches that, the analytics, they go here. Oh, let's talk to all the coaches that believe in analytics in football, and let's talk to them and see what they get you. Pete Carroll, how'd they get you? The Atlanta Falcons, 28-3, what'd they get you? At some point, common sense got to rule in here. It's like telling a kid, don't put your hand on the stove. The stove is hot. They see that it's red and orange looking. They know that's heat. We shouldn't have to do a statistical printout and data research on kids 3 to 5 that can reach the stove, that see that it's on, and they're still going to put their fucking hand in there and don't know it's going to hurt. No way possible. But you want us to believe this analogy in sports and trying to break down why this did happen, why this didn't happen, and why the fuck that didn't happen. That doesn't equate well. I'm starting to believe a little bit more into this conspiracy about the NFL that I heard about 10, 15 years ago. Here's what I heard about the NFL. I don't believe it, but this is what I heard about the NFL from a former NFL player that I got to know very well when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is what he told me. Him saying, do you remember how wrestling was? How wrestling just hit the mass very well on what they were doing. And then when everybody found out, wrestling even got even more popular when they found out it was a well-scripted entertainment entity. And take it for what it is. Analytics was the worst thing to enter the sport. I agree, V-Pool. I agree. I really agree. But this is what I heard about the NFL being scripted from a former NFL player. He said, you know how wrestling was started? It was the belief. And then when it came out that wrestling's fake and all this, but at the time, the WWE took it a step further. WWF, they took it a step further. The World Wrestling Federation. Vince McMahon said, you know what? Okay, it's well-scripted entertainment. Let's go. What if the NFL was well-scripted entertainment? What if it was well-scripted? I'm talking they have a script on what should happen in the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and what they're trying to get to happen by the output of the game. Not telling you to tackle this guy dirty or anything like that, but here they're giving you the script. You can improvise all you want. What is there any bite to that? I'm not saying I believe this, but the more and more I'm looking at some of these games, especially last 2 weekends, you mean to tell me that they tied the Pittsburgh Steelers without Ben Roethlisberger guilty? Tied the Detroit Lions. You trying to tell me Teddy Bridgewater let somebody go right by him like that on a pick six? Okay. You trying to tell me the Denver Broncos had Dallas 30-0? Oh, I believe that shit. I believe that. But this whole Rams thing, this whole Matthew Stafford thing. Guys, it's not the body that he had in Detroit before they click, click, bang, banged him. This dude has been through wear and tear. It'll be like me trying to go back into dating where it's 4 marriages up in there. It ain't happen. Won't happen. No, won't happen. See, it don't make any sense. No matter what you try to do to trick what's going back out there, all we got to do is hit the resume and just look what Matthew Stafford has been through. Not the right choice if I were you, Rams. You went the wrong way on this one. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. What's that? Odell Beckham Jr. now wants to get traded. These receivers and these quarterbacks think they're going to be bigger than the NFL. You're not going to be bigger than the league. Get that through your head right there, kids. Right there, man. That football recap. Matthew Stafford going to fuck this up, Ram fans. He's definitely going to do that right there. This is Montez at midday, and we've talked about way back Wednesday things. What started that conversation, unbeknown to me, I had to watch Saturday Night Fever this morning. And then I got thinking about school, the crush on the teacher. What grade were you in when you had your first crush? Mine happened around that 7th, 8th grade. Miss Turley. Clinton School. Peabody Projects. Then the second one at Pruitt Military Academy on the secretary. Yeah, I said the secretary. I know I said teachers, but damn it, she looked good at a young age. High school, that was kind of tough. I don't think they were high school teachers back in the day. No comparison to the high school teachers today. It's just, that don't make no damn sense. All right. Next up on the docket, we all watch different programs and movies for different reasons, whatever you want to. But this one here, I was not going to watch it at all. I was not going to watch it, but fuck it. I had to see all the hype. And it was the Adele special done by Oprah Winfrey from the Observatory in LA and also from Oprah's backyard by the tea room. See, Adele came at the wrong time for me. It was doing all that crying shit. I don't handle when people cry, especially because of a song. It was just awful. Adele is like watching This Is Us, which I can't do. There's no happy times in that show. There's nothing happy, nothing. You cannot dance to Adele music. You can't get up and cry to her music, nothing but cry. So that was my thing in the beginning of Adele. So I kept listening to the madness of the people. And then the most interesting thing happened during COVID. Photos leaked that she lost weight, looked totally different. And then she was dating, and it happened to be super agent Rich Paul. That Rich Paul. Yeah, LeBron James Rich Paul. Yeah. So I'm watching a special. Great effects behind her. The couple that proposed, that was kind of fucked up, using a special like that to make it your damn day. Why you ain't proposed up before you got to damn concerts? Well, people like be doing shit like that, see. You're wrong for that. You should have proposed with the tickets in front of her and said, baby, look where I'm taking you tonight. Will you marry me? You don't propose at the damn concert. Focus track. So, very well done interview and everything. But the music that's come out of this next CD, I'm going to call it right now. I'll tell you right now what's going to happen. Somebody's going to play Adele's whole next album if they win. Watch. Somebody's going to have an Adele theme with it. Watch. If you saw the special, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be an Adele theme wedding out there for somebody. Nice songs. I like the stories behind the songs, the meaning, the way she told the story of how she met Rich Paul. The laughable point about that story, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's out there for you to watch and see and listen to and kiki over and talk to your girls about and how Oprah looked and what Adele looked like, all that stuff. Talk about the people in the audience, because I know I did. I wondered if they know they were going to be on TV. Did they know they were going to be? Did they know who the guest was going to be? Was it a surprise? Hey, you won something, show up here blindfolded. take the blindfold off, there's fucking Oprah and there's Adele. You're like, oh shit. Now, if it was something like that, okay. But if you knew you were going to see Adele in Oprah, in LA, it was Oprah, that's what you want? We ain't going out ever again. Ever in life again. Check it out if you don't believe me. Check it out for sure. Also, I got a movie for you to check out. It's called Lady in the Manor. Lady in the Manor. If you know who Justin Long is from the movie Waiting, it's his brother's Christian Long directorial debut. They look like fucking twins, but they're not. I think they're 3 years apart. It's called Lady in the Manor. It's a pretty nice little comedy movie. But there's a scene in there, man, a little clip that happens, and I laugh forever. You know, Law and Order made fun of this a few times. A few comedy movies made fun of this. You know, there's a difference between a street and an avenue. There's a difference between those two. Big time. And if you don't know the difference, and you get lost, you know, that's on you if you get lost. If you don't know the difference between a street and an avenue, it is something wrong. There's going to be some issues out there. So, she is a pot deliverer, a marijuana deliverer, edibles deliverer in the show Lady in the Manor. She goes to the house, the address she's supposed to go to, knocks on. There's a kid with a huge lollipop. Looking lollipop. She goes in. She's like, are your parents here? She's like, no, I'm here alone. Next thing you know, they do to catch a predator on her. And they arrest her for, you know, soliciting a minor. She's like, no, I was here. As they're taking her out, there's a guy walking down the street that sees that and keeps walking. They fast forward her in jail. Her boyfriend says, apparently you don't know the difference between the street and the avenue. You went to the street, you're supposed to went to 72nd Avenue. This woman had to register as a sexual predator because she went to the wrong house. There it is, way back Wednesday. There it is, right there. I try to bring you laughter throughout the day. I try. Well, we got some action coming up again next Wednesday. We're doing 2 shows. First one will be at Friendly's in South City on Roger Place at 2 p.m. The second one will be at Great Grizzly Bear next Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Soulard. Blues fans, if you're going to the game, don't forget you can catch the shuttle at Hammerstones, Howard's at 9th Street Deli, and also Great Grizzly Bear. You can also reach out to Ballpark Shuttle STL 314-722-0288. Give them a call. Yeah, that's it. That's the number. Ballpark Shuttle STL. What's that comment right there? What did you say? Sure, read your comment there. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, it's some crazy stuff out there, man. It really is. It's some crazy stuff. No matter how you look at it, I guess you got to take it for what it is and take it for what it's worth. As the young people say, take it for what it is and take it for what it's worth. Well, if you're rich by that, as in like, what's that team called? That super team in basketball that I saw last night. They're called the Golden State Warriors, kid. And that team last night, they beat the shit out of the Nets. They did some things on them. And they did it with such ease. I've told this story a few times. I lived in Charlotte. I played softball twice a week with Dale Curry. Yeah, that Dale Curry, former NBA player, Steph did. And he brought them to the games, him and his brother and sister, and the wife was there, his ex-wife. And Dale's a hell of a shortstop. And I had no idea that little kid would turn out to be what he's doing in the NBA right now. What he is doing is just spectacular and amazing. Just something else to see right there. It really is. But they making it look. We're not even 20 games into the season, and you got announcers already saying give the Warriors a championship. I can't do that. And we know Clay has been approved to practice 5-on-5 drills right now. That's good to hear. But there are 2 things going on behind the NBA I'm worried about. These things going on in the front office And also there's Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving situation. It is mind-boggling to me how sports is transitioning things we're learning about athletes and about ourselves that we never realized before. It's interesting to me on this way back Wednesday. Just thinking out loud, just wondering about those things, the NBA front office situation and what's going on with Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving. And one more thing, here locally in the St. Louis, Illinois, tri-state area, there's something going on with the NFL and Stan Kroenke in St. Louis behind the scenes where a decision must be made with the city officials and what they're going to do with this financial settlement, if it is one. Is there an option to bring an expansion team here? We already know the NFL wants to get in bed with Canada, New Mexico City as well, and there are a few other cities out there on their mind where the NFL wants to go to. But my thing is this. Being from here, and I used to live in Charlotte, I saw the process of a new NFL franchise coming in. And being here, I saw the process of a team leaving. They left a bitter taste in people's mouth. A team coming back, joyous occasion, and a team leaving again that put a bitter taste in people's mouth. I don't want to go through that again for my city. So I was thinking outside of the box. What's wrong with the NBA? Give that an idea. They're looking to expand too. I know Seattle's number one on their block. They want to give Seattle a team. They're trying to give Vancouver another shot. They didn't give a fair chance the first time. But I think it'd be unfair to give Vancouver and Seattle a team back to back. But that Midwest is where it's at. I think you owe us. The way the St. Louis Hawks left here was not cool. It was not cool at all. I heard some stories and reading and talking to people about that whole transition. But here's my thing. 25 years ago, I think St. Louis could have been one of the first Midwestern cities to really bring that sports fanatic appeal to it. With the hockey team, we got the new place. They renovated Bush. If we'd have done the football stadium right, it could have been pleasurable. And we got the soccer team coming. And we could have had an NBA. We could have had all 5 major sports right here, all in walking distance. They would have done this right. But that greed out there between real estate developers and politicians is a very, 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 very dirty fucking game. And it's not going to be played well by nobody. When the last time you played Monopoly with somebody, there was no argument? Now imagine that with real money and real property. Exactly. But whatever my city decides to do, I'm going to ride with it. I mean, after all, they did build a soccer stadium across the street from Union Station. That's going to be a head scratch in 10 years. They did what? Yeah, that's what they did right there. That's exactly what they did. Well, kids, it's Wednesday. It's been fun. We've talked. We've had discussions about Monday Night Football. We've talked about Adele. We've talked about way back Wednesday, that crushing your teacher. We talked about Martin's first episode. We discussed a little bit about the word perspective. And we also said, watch the movie Lady in the Van. I'm going to leave you with this word right here. The trick is, you don't deserve it. That is a trick right there. If you keep thinking that, you're going to keep doing what, kids? Smiling. That's all you got to do is keep smiling. And words I used to say a long time ago, fuck them if they can't take a smile. There it is right there. Well, folks and kids and women and kids of all ages, thank you for tuning into the show today. It's been a lot of fun. We're definitely going to hit you back on Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here. Montez at Midday, brought to you by the Weed Squad St. Louis. Don't forget to visit the website, www.dremontez.com. And also follow us on YouTube, Dre Montez, TikTok, Dre Montez63. All right, good people, and I think we're going to get out of here and expose the area of the day. Thank you again for tuning in to Montez at Midday. Peace.